Hi, and welcome to the Unfiltered Feed. Today was day 4, I think, of the T20 World Cup, and we had um, 3 really good games today as well. I think today was a day where it kind of showed that the associate teams are still not as good as the full member nations. We had 2 games that were quite one-sided. This is game 2 and game 3 of the day. I have the app open here, so I'm just going to read from here. First up, we had UAE take on New Zealand, which was quite a one-sided affair because UAE scored 173, which is in fact a really good effort because if you had asked me if UAE would score 173 against New Zealand, I probably would have said no. But the fact that they did that kind of shows that their game as a team is pretty good and it's improving. But I think the pitch itself was quite easy to bat on, as it was evident in the second innings because New Zealand chased 173 in 15.2 overs, and even worse, they didn't even lose a wicket. So the openers basically managed to score all of those runs. Tim Seifert scored 89 and Finn Allen scored 84. That's basically just a proof that I think the pitch was fairly simple to bat on, but I think you still have to kind of give credit to UAE for scoring those runs. But I think New Zealand are too good a side for UAE, especially the bowling. So yeah, a pretty convincible victory for New Zealand. And a similar thing happened in the last match of the day, which was between Pakistan and US. Obviously, this was quite an exciting contest because we all know what happened in the last World Cup. Pakistan lost to USA, which was quite shameful, but today it was completely opposite and they won pretty convincingly by 32 runs. They batted well, they scored 190. Babar Azam looked good, Sahibzada Farhan as well, scoring 73 runs. So it's good. Pakistan are looking good in this World Cup. I think in the last match they kind of fumbled with the batting, but I think the pitch itself was quite difficult. And I think now that they have spent some more time in Colombo and have gotten a better read of the pitch, you can see that they have adapted pretty well now. For US, chasing 190 is always difficult, especially against Pakistan. When you're USA, it's going to be even difficult. They did get to 158, which is decent, but they lost 8 wickets and they were never really in the match. A couple of good innings from Jahangir and Shubham Ranjane. They definitely took India a bit more closer than what they did with Pakistan. But again, you have to give credit to USA for actually doing something in this World Cup. It's not as one-sided as we all expected. Alright, now let's go to the first match of the day, which was between Namibia and Netherlands. And this was quite a close game, but at the same time it kind of showed that Netherlands are still closer to the full member nations than Namibia, because even in the bowling, I think Netherlands were always in control. It never looked like Namibia were running away with the match. Yes, there were points where Namibia were scoring good runs, but Netherlands always managed to take quick wickets and pull things back. And in the batting, I think Netherlands were always comfortable. Just lost 3 wickets. They were chasing 157 and they managed to get there in 18 overs, so which is quite a comfortable margin of victory. Bas the lead, scored 72 runs. Michael Levitt gave them a good start with a quick fire 28, and the captain Scott Edwards finished it off with 18 of 9. So quite a complete performance from Netherlands. They were very close to winning their first game as well against Pakistan. So had they won that and this one, they could have been in contention for the playoffs or the Super 8s. But yeah, unfortunately they lost that first game. So I think now they basically just need to rely on other teams beating India or Pakistan, which looks quite difficult. So yeah, quite a one-sided day, I think. The first match was fairly close, but winning by 12 balls, remaining with 7 wickets in hand, I think that's a fairly comfortable margin of win. And then the other 2 matches were pretty one-sided. I think one thing that I want to say here is that me, as a casual international cricket fan, I usually don't follow associate cricket as much. I think Ved is the guy who really knows everything about even the associate nations. So when I was coming into this World Cup as a fan and as a casual viewer, I wasn't really expecting the games that we've had so far, because especially for match day 1, a lot of the associate or the less famous teams actually took the more experienced sides quite close. I mentioned USA taking India close. Netherlands almost won the game against Pakistan. Similarly with Nepal, they were also very close to beating England. So I think this kind of shows that these associate teams are actually very good. And if they're able to do this with the limited resources that they have, I think if we promote associate cricket a bit more, I think they will be able to get to a higher level. And you never know, they might even start beating a few full member nations like maybe Zimbabwe or Bangladesh or West Indies. I think they could be at a danger zone, if these associate teams are given more exposure and more game time. So I think this World Cup in that sense is doing a very good job. It's giving a great platform for all these teams like Nepal, Netherlands, Scotland, Namibia, all of these teams who have done significantly well in the few opportunities that they've gotten. So I hope this continues and we start seeing more bilateral or quadrangular series involving these associate teams, because I think it's very important for the development of the game. The more countries join the sport, I think it's going to be beneficial for our game. So yeah, that's basically the recap for day 3. Tomorrow we have quite a few interesting games coming up. I think tomorrow is the first day where it's all full member nations. So we have Afghanistan, South Africa in the morning. We have Australia, England in the afternoon. And we have England versus West Indies in the evening. So 3 really cracking games, and I'll be back tomorrow with the recap as usual. So till then, thank you and bye.